Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryangkaravahavai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwarah Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Sachidanandarupaya Vishwotpatyadi Hetave तावत्रय विनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः। ॐ जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्च अर्थेष्वभिघ्नस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं। समस्त देवताभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणाचार्येभ्यो नमः। परब्रह्मणे महाविष्णवे ब्रह्मणे सनकादिमुनिभ्यो नारदाय वेदव्यासाय सुखब्रह्मर्षे सूतमहामुने शौनकादृशेभ्यो अत्यादृशेभ्यो प्रह्लादादिभक्तजनेभ्यो आदित्यादिनवग्रहतयो देवताभ्यो मत्स्यादिअवतारेभ्यो नमः। दक्षिणामृतदत्तात्रेयग्रीवादिगुरुभ्यो नमः। आदिपराशक्तिमात्रे नमः। आदिशङ्कराचार्यवर्यादिगुरुभ्यो नमः। माता पितृदेवताभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणम् एकादश स्कंदः मुक्तिः त्वान्यथा रूपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः अथ एकविंशोऽध्यायः। श्री भगवानुवाच। Salutations to Lord Guru Paramparam. Bhagavan is teaching us the Gunadosha Vidhana, and such a topic as it is exhaustively clearly elaborated, very less places we find it. And here, whatever the Gunadosha and Vidhinishedha and Shuddhi Ashuddhi all that are spoken here are there as an essence of whenever or wherever these things are written in all the Sanatan Dharma Shastras. All Shastras are given by the Lord. In all the Shastras, these do's and don'ts are there because of the results of Gunata and Doshata. And the purpose of all of that is only to protect us from falling down and help us in evolving. In these things, we should never have doubts. So, Bhagavan continues. And then a very crucial topic discussed much in Gita, much means touched upon but given weightage in Gita and other texts about the Pushpita Vakya and Falashruti. In our life, when we study Shastra, we are told about so much of Pushpita Vakya and Falashruti. Pushpita Vakya is a very flowery, fruity language. Falashruti is do this karma, that karma, this type of beautiful phala comes to you. So, how far it is right and how long it is to be adopted, what is next? This very crucial topic for a highly matured sadhakas who want nothing other than Paramatma or who want to intensify their desire for Paramatma, yet that is not happening to them because still their minds and hearts are hankering around some things of this world or the other world. To them, Bhagavan is talking those things very strongly. And I tell you, the 7 8 slokas which are there in this coming topic today, tomorrow, are so crucial things. I said it, note them down. Like that, every chapter we are seeing few crucial slokas. Many of them are heard in this Shastra, that Shastra, this Satsang, that Satsang. They're all repetitions. Some of them are repetition, but they are very deeply touching our heart because Bhagavan speaks to us from that level of inspiring us. In general, he speaks. General speaking, purpose of inspiring us is at low level. But in such cases, as Bhagavan is concluding his teachings as well as Avatara, at this time, the words, the topics may remain same, but the way the Lord speaks is very convincing, very inspiring. It is touching the heart, because these are the slokas. When they touch heart, then there is a confidence coming in us to do the sadhana, not otherwise. Otherwise, we go on procrastinating our sadhanas, postponing them. And many a times we have vague understanding of them, and very lightly we take them, not very inspired. We are again continuously worldly person only. But instead of studying so many shastras, still continuous worldly, फिर वो मजा नहीं आता. We have to become spiritual, do spiritual, reach spiritual. And whatever the big obstacles are there, deep obstacles are there, they are in our own heart in the form of conviction here, non-conviction there. So in such strokes, through such strokes of such slokas, Bhagavan gives a beautiful tone to our inner convictions. It's like in Hindi, अरे ये हो सकता है यार, यार ये करना चाहिए, और मुझे ही करना चाहिए, अरे मैं ही करूँगा, अरे अब नहीं तो कब करना है. These are the crucial subtle things which click to us on the seat of deep meditation, as well as when we study such shastras. Now these are to be done. I only have to done right. No, only I have to done. Who else will do them other than me? I'm committed for my sadhana. These are the things which help us from protecting from the lower minds pulls toward the worldliness. Some slokas are there which talk in this way. We will see them. Now let us chant from the verse number Mhm. 14th mantra. Snanadana tapovastha virya samskara karmabhihi mat smrutya cha atmanah shaucham shuddha karma charet dvijaha mantrasya cha parignanam karma shuddhir madarpanam dharmah sampadyate षड्भिः अधर्मस्तु विपर्ययः क्वचिद् गुणोऽपि दोषः स्यात् दोषोऽपि विधिना गुणः गुणदोषार्थनियमः तद्भिदाम् एव बाधते समानकर्माचरणं पतितानां न पातकम् औत्पत्तिको गुणः सङ्गः न शयानः पतत्यधः यतो यतो निवर्तेत विमुच्येत ततस्ततः एष धर्मो नृणां क्षेमः शोकमोहभयापहः विषयेषु गुणाध्यासात् पुंसः सङ्गस्ततो भवेत् सङ्गात् तत्र भवेत् कामः कामाद् एव कलिर्नृणां कलेर्दुर्विषः क्रोधः तमस्तमनुवर्तते तमसाग्रस्य ते पुंसः चेतना व्यापिनी द्रुतं तया विरहितः साधो जन्तुः शून्याय कल्पते ततोऽस्य स्वार्थविभ्रंशः मूर्छितस्यमृतस्य च विषयाभिनिवेशेन नात्मानं वेद न परं वृक्षजीविकया जीवन् व्यर्थं भस्त्रेव यः श्वसन् फलश्रुतिरियं नॄणां न श्रेयो रोचनं परं श्रेयो विवक्षया प्रोक्तं यथा भैषज्यरोचनम् उत्पत्त्यैव हि कामेषु प्राणेषु स्वजनेषु च आसक्तमनसो मर्त्याः आत्मनो नर्थहेतुषु न तान् अविदुषः स्वार्थं भ्राम्यतो वृजनाध्वनि कथं युञ्ज्यात् पुनः तेषु तान् स्तमो विशतो बुधः एवं व्यवसितं केचिदो अविज्ञाय कुबुद्धयः फलश्रुतिं कुसुमिताम् न वेदज्ञा वदन्ति कामिनः कृपणालुब्धाः पुष्पेषु फलबुद्धयः अग्निमुग्धा धूमतान्ताः स्वं लोकं न विदन्ति ते न ते माम् अङ्गजानन्ति हृदि स्थं य इदं यथा उक्तशस्त्रा हि असुतृपः यथा निहारचक्षुषः ते मे मतमविज्ञाय परोक्षं विषयात्मकाः हिंसायां यदि रागः स्यात् यज्ञ एव न चोदना हिंसा विहारा ह्यालब्धैः पशुभिः स्वसुखेच्छया यजन्ते देवता यज्ञैः पितृभूतपतेन् खलाः स्वप्नोपममुं लोकम् असन्तं श्रवणप्रियम् आशिषो हृदि सङ्कल्प्य त्यजन्त्यर्थान् यथा वणिक रजसत्त्वतमो निष्ठाः रजसत्त्वतमोजुषः उवासते हीन्द्रमुख्यान् देवादीन्न तथैव माम इष्ट्वेह देवता यज्ञैः गत्वा रंस्यामहे दिवे तस्यान्तह्य भूयास्मः महाशाला महाकुलाः एवं पुष्पितया वाच व्याक्षिप्तमनसां नृणां मानिनां चातिस्तब्धानां मद्वार्तापि न रोचते वेदा ब्रह्मात्मविषयाः त्रिकाण्डविषया इमे परोक्षवादा ऋषयः परोक्षं मम च प्रियं शब्दब्रह्मसुदुर्बोधं प्राणेन्द्रियमनोमयम् अनन्तपारं गम्भीरं दुर्विगाह्यं समुद्रवत मयोपबृंहितं भूम्ना ब्रह्मणानन्तशक्तिना भूतेषु घोषरूपेण विशेषूर्णेव लक्ष्यते यथोर्णनाभिर्हृदयात् ऊर्णामुद्भवते मुखात् आकाशात् घोषवान् प्राणः मनसा स्पर्शरूपिण छन्दोमयोऽमृतमयः सहस्रपदवीं प्रभुः ओङ्काराच् व्यञ्जितस्पर्श स्वरोष्मान्तस्थभूषितां विचित्रभाषाविततां छन्दोभिश्चतुरुत्तरैः अनन्दपारां बृहतीम सृजत्याक्षिपते स्वयं गायत्र्युष्णिगनुष्टुप् च बृहती पङ्क्तिरेव च तिष्ठुप् जगत्यतिछन्दः ह्यत्यष्ट्यतिजगद्विराट् किं विदत्ते किमाचष्टे किमनूद्य विकल्पयेत् इति अस्या हृदयं लोके नान्यो मद्वेद कश्चन मां विधत्ते मां विकल्प्यापोह्यते तु अहम् एतावान् सर्ववेदार्थः शब्द आस्थाय मां भिदां मायामात्रमनोद्यान्ते प्रतिषिध्य प्रसीदति इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायाम् एकादशस्कन्धे एकविंशोऽध्यायः ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ओम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री भागवत शरणं मम श्री सद्गुरु शरणं मम श्री सूत शरणं मम श्री सुखदेव शरणं मम श्री व्यास शरणं मम श्री नारद शरणं मम श्री कुमार शरणं मम श्री ब्रह्म शरणं मम श्री विष्णु शरणं मम श्री परब्रह्म शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम शरणं मम शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव ओम मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् ओम श्रीमद्भागवतं पुराणतिलकं यद्वैष्णवानान्धनं यस्मिन् पारमहंसमेव ममलं ज्ञानं परङ्गीयते यत्र ज्ञानविरागभक्तिसहितं नैष्कर्म्यमाविष्कृतं तच्छृण्वन् प्रपठन् विचारणवरः भक्त्या विमुच्येन्नरः नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ श्रीकृष्णपरब्रह्मणे नमः श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणमेकादशस्कन्धः मुक्तिर्हित्वा अन्यथा रूपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः अथ एकविंशोऽध्यायः श्रीभगवानुवाच What a beautiful detailed explanation. So we are talking about Shuddhi, Ashuddhi, Guna, Dosha, Shubha, Ashubha of Desha as well as Kala as well as Vastu as well as all the Dravya for the conduction of karma for the profit or the benefit. So, to achieve something, I have to do something. So, that doing involves desha, kala, dravya, vastu, all of that. And all these things are Shuddha and Ashuddha, and Guna, Dosha, Yukta, and Shubha, Ashubha. So, what is Guna at what time? What is Dosha at what time? What is Ashubha and what is Shubha? And what is Shuddhi and Ashuddhi? Like, luckily, the morning Vishnu Sahasranama students with Shankara Bhashya are listening to this only. Pavitranam Pavitram, Mangalanam cha Mangalam, Daivatam Devatanam, Bhutanam Yavyapita. That's purely devotionally spoken. Here, from the Shastra standpoint, from the Vyavahara Drushti, it is spoken. The topic of this is two types. The purpose. One is always take care of Shuddhi Ashuddhi, Guna Karma, Guna Dosha, as well as Shubha Shubha. But once you enter into Adhyatmic Sadhana, focus more on that Bhagavan. Once you are becoming selfless sadhaka of Bhagavan, He is the goal, then these things need not be worried much. We can transcend them. That doesn't mean we make it as a licentiousness, but we follow, but our attention more will be on the Lord. And that is why at the end of every puja, it is always said, Mantrahinam, Kriyahinam, Bhaktihinam, Janardana, Yat Puyitam or Yat Dhutantu Maya Deva, Paripurnam Tadastute. You know, Yat Kinchit Mantra Lope, Tantra Lope, Kriya Lope, Shakti Lope, Kala Lope, Niyama Lope, Naivedyadi Vihita Lope cha. Satyam Sarvam Yatha Proktam Yatha Shastra Anushtitam Bhagavat Preetikaram Bhuyaditi Mahanto Anugrunhanto Tathasto. This is how in all yajnas, upasanas, puja, towards the end, we ask the Lord for the forgiveness if there are any lopa. So, inadvertently, they may happen because we are not such a great people of so much of alertness and awareness. But while saying so, Kayana Vacha Manasendriva Sakalam Parasme Narayana Samarpayami, what we say is, O Lord, this is what your child me, your devotee me could do to the extent I could. Please forgive me for mistakes, but bless me for this attitude of my surrender devotion to you. The Lord will take care. Yeah. Now we have seen how this Nana, Dana, Tapo, Avastha, Virya, Samskara, Karmavihi, Mat Smrutya cha, Atmana, Shaucham, Shuddha, Karma Acharet, Dvijaha. So Dvijaha, Shuddha, Dvijaha, Karma Acharet. So Dvijaha, threaded Brahmana or Kshatriya Vaishya, Karma Acharet. He should do Yajna Yagadi Upasanadi Karma and all karmas also after becoming Shuddha. So Shuddha, Dvijaha Shuddha Karma Acharet. Let the Dvija become Shuddha and do the karma. And these are the things by which the all layers of personality and surroundings are made Shuddha for this Brahmana or for this Dvija for conducting his karma. And some more which are said earlier also, some may be said later on, but focus on that Shuddhi. That attention to do the things with being Shuddha everywhere itself is a proof of our bhakti. Bhakti and Shuddhi go together. When there's no Shuddhi, there's no bhakti at all. Remember, when you respect your parents or elders or guru, everything you offer in a Shuddha manner, not Ashuddhi. Bhakti. No, Shabari gave to Rama Ashuddha. No, in none of the Ramayana it is there. उन्होंने झूठा करके दिया है. She is a Mahayogi, Mahasadhvi. How will she give like that? But somewhere कोई भक्त ने ऐसा लिखा होगा. कहाँ है वो authority? I don't know. Maybe in one of the Kalpa it may be there. इनको तो मेरे को नहीं पता. But the three Ramayanas we are studying, in all the three, ऐसा तो झूठा बेर खिलाए तो है ही नहीं. वो देगी कैसे वो? The Rama for whom she is waiting. She is Mahayogin Tapaswini. She is not Bel, like as said in all places, that Shavari is an uneducated woman, all that. That is to create emotion. Somebody might have made it like that. Generally, the people of this type have such a Tamo Guna. How can they have such a very Sattva Guna? If she has such a Sattva Guna, how will she trespass or bypass all the values and systems? So it's an interpolation. I feel so, but let's not. I never take such contradictory or conflicting topics. हम तो ये कहते हैं कि शुद्धि करके करो. So dvijah shuddha bhutva karma acharetu. Understood? Now what are the ways for the shuddhi? What is? He says snana. So with the snana, the shuddhi of the deha. Always we should feel, and the people around should feel that we have taken bath and we are afresh. Early morning snana, tayar, any rishi muni can come, receive them. Again once more 11, 12 o'clock, little bit, because throughout that time you might have done a lot of work. Again evening 6 o'clock, take bath, sit in front of the Lord. You understand that? With whatever facilities that are there. Snana is a one shuddhi. And then I'm not connecting with that, which are the things for which you have to do snana, which are the sadhana, which may not require snana, but you can wash your feet and hand as well as the mouth and face. That is enough. अब ये सब डिटेल बताऊं तो फिर वो लंबा हो जाएगा. But snana gives shuddhi. And in today's world of such an utter westernization, people are devaluing this one. The snana aspect. 10 बजे तक नहीं नहाते हैं. Or all these funny ladies folk, in night only they sleep, take bath, and they think they don't need bath till next day morning 10, 11. Until that time, with all that sleeping at night and all that, all the food they cook for the children or the in-laws or the husband and all, such a rakshas type it is. I too don't like Baba. Don't mind these such words of mine. They're only from the heart spoken to change it. एंड ऑल्सो दे गिव अस टू चिल्ड्रन द नाइट ओनली, एंड सुबह उसको ड्रेस पहना के आठों में बिठा देते हैं, जहाँ स्कूल में जाके सो जा. It is not Indian system or culture. Don't give any justification. If you start giving justification, I salute you, and before that only I say, मैं हार गया. We will not argue in some things. Because so conspicuous it is, difference between a boy taking bath and going to school and not taking bath. That is an evidence. When takes bath, mind, body fresh, he can study well. Doesn't take bath, he is in the same sleepy mood. और इससे ज़्यादा क्या दिमाग लगाने के लिए. So you all also, morning, I hope you are 7:30 people are taking bath and coming in the class, और पूरे दांत मांजते हो बैठ गए हो सुबह 7:30 वाले क्लास में. I don't know, I am not watching you. I am only trusting you all. चाय पीते हुए नहा, क्या है ना, वो क्या है, एक तरफ टीवी भी लगा कर से लेक्चर भी सुनते हुए. आई होप सच थिंग्स यू आर नॉट डूइंग. आई रिक्वेस्ट ऑल्सो. क्लियर. स्नान and more things you can understand. Second is dana. The dana. See, first of all, you have to honestly only earn the money. Out of that only, when you do dana, the punya of that will be, shuddhi of the dana will be so multifold. Sometimes money we have a lot of from the ancestors gained. That also used for charitable things. You give, it comes back to you again in one or the other form. Sometimes unknowingly only some wealth comes from some wrong source, wrongdoings. Ab dana karo. It is not an excuse, please. It is little, at least you are not so greedy, so aggrandizing type that you are giving dana definitely. Is it not? One or two places you select for your dhanam. First preference I give is where the Sanatana Dharma Prachara is happening, you do dana there. If you have any doubt, don't give in cash, do it in kind. Then give in the temples. That also again in kind, more than the cash. See that some worships and upasanas are done there by the pujari and all. Let the bhaktas be given anadana, etc. It's where you can substantially see your money is rightly spent, you give dana there. Then those vruddhashramas where the children have left them, and or any anathashrama, there we can give. For the children also, whatever there. And wherever in the preference category, upar se aane se, wherever the Veda mantras are taught, Sanatana Dharma things are taught, you give there first. This is my feeling. You can give everywhere, it is your choice. Let us not argue on this topic. Because their presence, their contribution is more. When they are encouraged, then with their sattva gunatha, they may contribute to the world in a better manner. You can see, if you have plenty of money, give it to everyone. If your children are well settled, thoda sa unko dekar, you give everything to the correct place before departing. There's nothing like that. Dana. And all of the dana, no, I can't list out them. How many times we say Annadana, Vidyadana, Vastradana, Godana, Bhudana, Hiranyadana, Hebrihi Yavadana. So many danas are there. Vagdana, Granthadanam, Shramadhanam is the most important. And in today's world, what is recognized is Premadana and Manodana. Kaladanam, giving some time for spiritual activity. Serving. So in this way, dana shuddha. And stick to your dana of the money and all. Okay. Second one is what? Tapo. Through the upavasa, etc. Also, some of the ashuddhis go away. Too much of eaten, the heavy stomach, you can't do your karma or dharma or upasana. Never keep fasting. Nowadays, this thing is becoming very famous. Many of the doctors slowly are adopting 16 hours fasting. In the 8 hours only, you have food 2 times. है ना, एक बार खाओ योगी, 2 बार खाओ भोगी, 3 बार खाओ रोगी. This all, tapo means that type of fasting and also less sleep. They're all interconnected. These three things: activities, eating, and sleep. When you eat heavily, then we are getting induced into so much of sleep. If we act too much also, we are tired and we sleepy. And we don't act at all, then laziness also takes us to sleep. That sleep or tamoguna will never allow us to do anything. Therefore, minimum food, minimum sleep, minimum activity. That's a pakka sadhana. In Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan speaks this only. Suddenly we remember the shloka. Yuktahara viharasya yukta cheshtasya karmasu yukta swapnava bodhasya yogo bhavati dukkha. Otherwise, yogo bhavati dukkadayakaha. Yuktata, moderation. Ahara vihara, cheshta, karma, swapnava bodha. So eating, moderate, sleep and non-sleep, moderate, then the activities. We have to discover what suits us. So through some tapasyas, the impurities can be removed. Tapaha, upavasa tapa, nidra, then going on foot for some pilgrimage, depending on your age, your health system and all. Tapasya is an attitude by which the indriyas, mana are controlled. This is a definition. Okay. Then depending on your capacity, your age, your other limitations, each one is suitable for doing little whatever tapasya. A 99 years old man cannot do the tapasya of climbing Tirupati Balaji with the steps. No, that is not allowed for him. He can walk 5 steps and baal ke car mein doli mein jao. Tapaha. Wonderful. You know, one of the Mauna Vrata also is one tapasya. Vrata and tapa, they go together. Then avastha. What is the avastha? What situation, what age we are. Keeping that in mind, we can avoid some ashuddhis. Then virya. Virya means with our shakti of commitment also, some impurities can be removed. This is very important actually. As we were talking in the introduction today, through the study of Shastras again and again, that virya or the shakti comes to us to change our convictions from the worldly bhoga to spiritual yoga. Virya means how can I be and how long I can be worldly? Should I not feel ashamed? Especially when I am born as human, that too in India, that too is in Sanatana Dharma, that also in a very good, cultured, dignified family. They're also being adopted by such a great Guru Parampara, and myself also listening to Shastra. After having all these blessings, opportunities, should I not stop the earlier nonsense and start the sensible thing? That is called Viryam. I must, I should, I will. Then million times we have said the things, again we say, because it's also important for making this conviction strong and for making this conviction practical. The most important thing is avoid all those which are weakening us, which are again making us compromise with our convictions, and involve in all those which are strengthening our convictions, which are pushing us into the conviction, the positive conviction. यहां तो आपको जरूर केयर लेना पड़ेगा. And in this case, you have to be ruthless only. Bas, that's it. Once you know it is poison, you will not eat. Is it not? बताए मानो कि आपके जो बिरयानी बनाया है उस बिरयानी और उसमें 3-4 छिपकली वाइफ एंड हस्बैंड लड़कर आत्महत्या किए हैं. हमको लगता है, हमको लगा, ऊपर देखा हमने, थे दोनों. मैं अंदर जाके आया तो नहीं है वो. अब इधर ढूंढा भी, थे नहीं. अब गिरे तो इसी में होंगे. ऐसा अनाउंस किया मानो इन ए बिग डिनर प्लेस. when the cook has announced it, let us say, and 200 people are there to eat. Everything is good, but only in biryani I have a doubt that there are 2-3 chipkalis fell. There's only doubt. There's no proof for it. Up now you eat. Will anybody eat it? Then, in the same way, with such type of dosha, buddhi and drushti, we have to slowly change. Okay? This is what we are talking about. Virya. Virya means the self-given confidence to get out of the things which make us fall and get into the positive things. And samskara. Virya se samskara hota hai. What is samskara? Anything when repeatedly done, the strong marks of it are made in our inner chambers and recesses, and that prompts us to do it again and again. It can be positive, it can be negative. You can make a samskar of daily visiting temple also, make a samskar of daily visit of the playground also, or the club also, or a drinking booth also, or गप्पे मारने के लिए अपने दोस्तों के साथ. Each one is making their own samskara. And we made our samskara of attending our classes. I don't know कितने जन्मों का ये प्रार्थना है ये तो. I am struck with आश्चर्य and wonderment every day to see हम कहाँ के हैं या कहाँ हमको भगवान इतने महान शास्त्र पढ़ने का मौका दे. It's, I tell you, कभी कभी तो आंखों में पानी आते seeing भगवान कृपा that he is making us study Bhagavata, Ramayana, Upanishad, or Vishnu Sahasranam and all. Just they are starting and we are studying and going ahead. कहाँ से आ रही इतनी शक्ति? Where from we are able to do it? Both the audience and speaker. Other than his Krupa, how can it happen? Clear? Then samskara karma bihi. And all this karma, you have to snana karma, dana karma, tapo karma, avastha karma, virya karma, samskara karma bhi. And all these are one category. There's one more aspect, which is another category, which itself is self-sufficient for removing the impurities and bringing us the shuddhi. What is that? Mat smrutya cha. Just by smarana of Mayana. Atmanaha Shaucham. One should purify oneself at all levels of personalities. Such Dvijaha who has become Shuddha with these aspects, karma achareta. He should do any karma. It can be a spiritual karma, vyajna, upasa, dhyana, ityadi. It can be your own professional karma of the duties, even if it is domestic karmas. This is a wrong concept. I am telling you कि मुझे घर सफाई करनी है और खाना वाना बनानी है तो मैं पूरा पसीना वसीना हो जाऊंगी या हो जाऊंगा इसलिए मैं बाद में नहाऊंगा. It is absolutely wrong. First nahao, then with that shuddhi shuchi do all this work, then again nahao if you are really feeling all the tiredness. क्योंकि शुद्ध भूत्वा देवम यजेत और देवो भूत्वा देवम यजेत, these are the rules that are there. Even झाड़ू पोछा भी नहा कर करना है, because that action you are doing for the Lord to come. The moment you are doing wiping, the Lord has already entered and he has seen your face like Shurpanaka and all that. Will it look good or what? Always remember, invite as well as anticipate the arrival of the gurus and rishis and Bhagwan into our houses, puja room, and into our own hearts. Now, if they have to come, is not our heart should be worthy and the house should be worthy. And at what time? Any time. This one aspect we must learn from Gopikas. Gopikas are so funny. 4 o'clock you look at them in the morning. 4 o'clock you look at them in the evening. 12 o'clock at the night you look at them. They're fully decorated, dressed, सज धज के हमेशा रहते. No time of the day you will see them, they are undecorated, unclean and all, to whatever the capacity and things they have. And you ask them, ये क्या तुम सज धज के रहते हमेशा? They say, what time the Kanha Krishna will come to our house, we don't know. Or wherever we are going, anywhere in Gully may, Kunju Gully, we may see him, he may see us. So whenever he looks at us, he should not feel disturbed that why she is like that. He should feel happy only looking at us. Therefore, for the sake of him, we are in this always well dressed, decorated form. But why 4 in the morning, 12 at night? Anytime he can come. Now, that attitude and devotion. This is called spirituality. Is it not? When I make my house and my heart worthy for Rakshasas, they come. Make it worthy for Devata Rishi Muni, they come. Ashuddhi and all that dosha, only Dushta Rakshasas come. Make Shuddha and Guna Yukta, Devatas Rishis come. Clear? This is understood. Now, most important thing about Mat Smrutya. So, morning class we have seen, and so many times we chanted. Yesterday also we saw a little of that. What is that? Hmm. Avavitra pavitro va sarvavastangatopi va yah smaret pundarekaksham sabahya abhyantara shuchihi. Having said so, if the water is there, take and sprinkle on your head and everywhere, the impurities go away. Because Bhagavan's Nama has got the capacity to remove all ashuddhi and bring the shuddhi. Therefore, mat smrutyacha. Here, smruti, remembering of mine and vocally taking my name also. These are the ways by which keep yourself always shuddha. And with that shuddhi at the buddhi level, mana level, chitta level, deha level, indriya level, should all the surroundings around, keep doing your work. You know, whenever we are Shuddha, the mind will not enter into Ashuddhi. That will come again in the work sloka number 17. We are already Ashuddha, we are not ashamed of doing again Ashuddha karma. You know, when you are not taken bath, you will feel like sleeping 1 hour more. But just get up, don't talk to the mind, just be in shower or all that, put 3 balti of pani and take. After that, there will definitely a change. Mind will not tempt you that much to sleep. Is it not? Because you have become Shuddha, the Ashuddhi of Nidra and all will not be allowed. Some positive only the mind gives, inspiration, depending on your culture and your bringing up. And if you are associated with some samstha, spiritual or the guru, take bath and you will definitely go for your puja, japa only. In that category, you all are there. Is it not? How nice it is. So, in this way, Bhagavan gave us all the ways and means by which we have to become Shuddha and then do the karma. Okay? Now, next comes Mantrasya cha parijnanam karma shuddhir madarpanam dharma sampatyate shadbihi adharmastu viparyayaha. Yesterday, we just browsed through this because we were so much disturbed in our connectivity with the online thing. So, today, we are just going through that. Bhagavan says in this for us, mantrasya cha parijnanam. How the purity of the mantra when we have entire parijnanam of the mantra. As we said yesterday, the mantra will have its own bijam, shakti, kilakam, and as well as who is the rishi who gave it, and what is the purpose or vinyoga of that mantra. See, every mantra has a rishi. It has got its own bijam. It has got shakti. It is kilakam. And there is also vinyogaha. For what purpose this mantra has to be. And then which Rishi gave. And for us, if we take this mantra from a qualified teacher, etc., all that make that mantra shuddha more effective for us. Along with the earlier things. Shuddha bankar mantra adi uchcharan karna. Always remember. If you do the Manasika Japa, it's okay. But as much as possible, keep always Shuddha, then only take all this. It is not in contradiction with what Lord said earlier. While doing the works also, you can take the name of the Lord. वो उस लेवल का आंसर है, ये इस लेवल का आंसर है. There is no contradiction and conflict between that. So mantrasya parigyanam. Parigyanam makes the mantra shuddha. Means more profitable for us to do, for us when we do the mantra. Parijnanam. Is it not? And some mantras, both Pauranika ho, Vedic mantra also, in the Parijnanam, one of the aspect is what? The mantra may, whatever the padas are there, their artha. Artha janita bhavana. More important than all that is what? Full Shraddha in the Shakti of the mantra, in the Shakti of the Rishi who gave that mantra. देखो शब्दोच्चारण शब्द has its own shakti to bless us. In that shabda, when the shabda rashi became together, it became akpada, padas together became the vakyas. Now this artha has its own blessings to bless us. Then with the artha, when you do the bhavana, again the power of the blessing is different or added. Then when it is addressed to the Lord through prayer, then its power is increased. And when you do it very ardently with Shraddha, uska fayda zyada hoga. Then when you keep on continuously doing, wo to full proof ho gaya, pakka the result will come. All these things are called parijnanam. These things make the mantra shuddha and more shaktishali. Like you have taken mantra Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So in this Dvadashakshari mantra. So in that, the Vasudeva Bhagavan, we are doing salutations to him. So meaning, usko man mein rakkar, in that very bhavana, when we do it with Shraddha. So Lord, by doing this namaskar to you, I am dropping all my individuality at your feet. Now you are responsible for my life. Then take care of me in such a way that give me the Shreyas only. Always you want to give Shreyas only, I know, but I was interested in prayers because of my own ignorance earlier. Now I am coming out of it. Please bless me with Shreyas. May my desire for Shreyas, demand for Shreyas, intensify day by day, that I become exclusive in this choice. With this, when you chant Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, दिन रात करोगे 5-10 साल में वासुदेव भगवान will stand in front of you and he will give such blessings to us. So mantra se parijnanam. Okay, and further you can contemplate karma shuddhi madarpanam. Yesterday we saw the shuddhi in the karma will happen when all aspects of karma are offered to the Lord. So in both mantras for the Vishnu and Shiva, when the upasanas are done toward the end, these two mantras are so pakka important that all the matured pujaris, upasakas chant that. In the Vishnu Sambandha Puja, Kayena, Vacha, Manasa, Indriyaihi va, Buddhya, Atmana va, Prakrutehe Swabhavat, Karomi Yadyat Sakalam, Parasmai Narayanaya, iti Samarpayami. Vishnu. Kayena, but body. Vacha, by speech. Manasa, with my mind. Indriyairva, Buddhya, and Atmanava. Prakrutehe Swabhavat, because of my nature. Karomi Yadyat Sakalam. Whatever I have done, Samarpayami. So, everything we have to do offering, and to reach to that level of offering everything, we do first puja and offer that. After doing puja and offering that, we become a bhakta. Then that bhakta is carried in us throughout the day, and the entire world is taken as the Lord. And whatever we do, we take it as upasana and do it and then offer it. It's a very sublime secrets. In this way, all our ahankara, mamakara, rupa, impurities go away. Then the mind becomes sufficiently stable, quiet, purified. In that mind only, the meaning and purpose and value of bhakti and jnana are revealed or understood. Once that happens, he will become a pakka bhakta, pakka jignasu. Then he will pursue that bhakti and jignasa properly, systematically, and it will reward him in the result of Bhagavad Darshanam, Atmanubhuti. Karma Shuddhi Madarpanam. In the Shivopasana, it's the same mantra. One is Karacharana Kritam Va Kayam Karma Saranajva Manasva Aparadam Itam Avitam Va Sarvameta Kshamasva Jaya Karnam. There is Kshama Prarthana. But the another mantra, which is there in Shiva Aparadha. आत्मा त्वं गिरिजामतिः सहचरा प्राणाः शरीरं गृहं पूजा ते विषयोपभोगरचना निद्रा समाधिस्थितिः सञ्चारपदयोः प्रदक्षिणविधिः स्तोत्राणि सर्वागिरः यद्यत् कर्म करोमि तत् तत् अखिलं शंभो तवाराधनम्. These are the two powerful mantras. Here what Bhagavan said, karma shuddhi madarpanam. Now one or two things here we say. When you have to offer it to the Lord, keep that this is going to be the offer to the Lord. Therefore, with the best of the abilities and shuddhis and processes we have to do. In that there is no compromise. But while doing so, we being human beings limited to err is human, some shortcomings come. उसको लिए उसके लिए क्षमा मांगते हुए for the total purification, the entire karma is offered to the Lord. व्हाट ए हंसी वाला एग्जाम्पल आया मुझे, पता नहीं वो इधर लागू होगा कि नहीं. सो मदर इज मेकिंग चपाती, गुद्दा आटा, छोटा बच्चा के 4 साल 5 साल, मैं भी बनाऊंगा. मदर से नो नो, यू स्पॉइल इट, नहीं बना. देन शी गिव्स, अब जबरदस्ती क्या करें, ओनली यूजलेस फेलो. देन ही इज गिवन छोटा चाला चक स्मॉल चकला एंड बेलन. ही विल मेक साउथ अफ्रीका विद दैट आटा. नॉट ए ग्लोब. No, he will spoil it so much. Then what will he do? He gives it to mother. If the mother is more loving and kind, she will appreciate that fellow so much. You are better than your papa. Then she will make a roti and give. Other thing, what will he do? Very good, beta. लेके उसके दिखाए बिना फिर उससे गूंद कर she will make a proper round वाला and she gives him only. She allowed him to do, but that fellow doesn't know how to do. Whatever he has done, he gave it to the mother. Mother purifies it. This facility is there. Karma Shuddhi Madarpanam. Then understand the remaining thing. Keep on offering to the Lord, offering to the Lord. 3 things. First, remember Lord, then do it. After doing that, offer it to the Lord. Ma manusmara yudhyacha. After that, samarpanam kuru. And so simple principles, but in that only all sadhana evolution is there. If you trust them and do attentively, do systematically, professionally. We don't do professionally, systematically. The only difference between Indians and the Westerners are they are professional in every good or bad nonsense. We are absolutely non-professional amateur in any good or bad. When we get that professionalism, the way which we grow, even sky is not the limit. There they do everything professional. Even theft they do professional. Systematically they do. आया नहीं कहीं भी आके किसी के भी उजा लेते हैं. Clear? Karma Shuddhi Madarpanam. Then Dharma Sampadyate Shadbhihi. No, the Dharma is achieved by taking care of these 6 things. So, what are the 6 things? Ki Desha, Kala, Dravya, Karta, Mantra, Karma. When these 6 things are Shuddha, with these things, the Dharma which we follow, that becomes the Shuddha. So, Dharma Sampadyate. Dharma means Dharmasya Shuddhi Sampadyate Shadbhi. First thing is we have to do the Dharma. But that should be done in a Shuddha form, not Ashuddha. And what is that which gives Shuddhi to the Dharma which we have to do? These 6 things. What are they? One is called as Desham, the place. You have to select the right place for doing that Dharma. Then Kalam, you have to select the right time also. The Desha Shuddhi and Kala Shuddhi. Third one we talk about are Dravya Shuddhi. While doing that Dharma Karma, whatever the Dravyas are required, they always have to be Shuddha. Fourth one is the Shuddhi in the Karta as regards his attitude, intention. Is it not? Always the attitude of gratefulness that I am given a job and I am given a salary, I am given a security. Thank you very much, my dear company. करके सेवा करना है. Not that little bit work and somewhere is more salary, you kick it and jump to that place. फिर वहां से और कहीं गए हैं और जहां भी है और भी ज्यादा पैसे मांग रहे हैं. And no loyalty. आजकल ये हो रहा है. Neither boss trusts the subordinate nor subordinate trusts the boss. A better job gained, immediately the subordinate kicks the boss and goes. So too, a better person is gained, the boss puts him somewhere or deputes him and involves that new person. ये लॉयलिटी वगैरह चीजें आजकल खत्म हो रहे हैं. अब पूरा एटमॉस्फेयर इतना बुरा है अभी. Now, everywhere there is problem. It can't be changed easily. Again, at least 2000 years it will take for refreshing the entire thing which is spoiled in last 2000 years. Very bad, especially last 200-300 years. I mean, I can't tell all those details. They are all higher secrets. How many saints and sages are tremendously, relentlessly working to bring the purity at every level, the atmosphere level, the prakriti level, the ether level, the vibration level, the psychological level, the spiritual level. They are struggling like anything. The rishis, munis, and all hundreds and thousands and lakhs of them in a subtle form. We have to contribute to them by doing our lot of doing things in a Shuddha form. So, Desha, Kala, Dravya, Karta Shuddhi, we are talking. The intentions. Let us do with gratitude. Like this karma I am doing of satsanga. This is my dharma. The karta in me should feel gratefulness to you, the audience, to the ones who have organized, and to the Guru Parampara, Rishi Parampara who are working through us. Is it not? That is called as Shuddhi of the Karta. And as I said, gratefulness, humbleness, then alertness, proper planning, proper gathering and managing resources, not wasting them. Recklessness should be never there. Feeling of responsibility always should be there. These are all called Shuddhis in the Karta. These are the basic things to be taught. I don't know in today's education system ये सब सिखा रहे कि नहीं, थोड़ा तो जरूर सिखा रहे होंगे, but और ज़्यादा सिखाना. Not that at the 7th class बच्चे आ गए, physics, chemistry, maths and technology ये सब सिखानी है, therefore moral science subject is removed. You know such a stupidity. That is the age where the moral science is to be started or required more. Because that is the age when immorality start coming. Some बीजास you might have given up to 6th level, but दिमाग तो काम नहीं करता ना उस समय. Some things which he adapts or becomes habitual, that he follows. But from the age of 7th class, he is seeing the world. He must be taught this samskar of moral and all. उस कर्ता को उस समय से सिखाना है उसको. The crucial age of the child between the 7th class to 10th level. And they don't listen. They are very annoying type and all. Maybe you have to find infinite patience and love, teach them. And never ever doubt the children. They're all very beautiful, innocent. Once, twice, thrice only, or only 10-20% of strata, they are unruly. But remaining 70-80% are decent children. No doubt about it. Even this 20% also, Savadana Vedandopaya, we can train them. So Karta Ka Shuddhi. Then we can see the fifth one as Mantra Shuddhi. Mantra Shuddhi, in that the Uchcharana of the mantra. Mantra means all your talk, if it is an ordinary karma. If this karma is of the Upasana and Yajna Agadi, there the Mantra Shuddhi. Correct mantra for the correct occasion and proper chanting Uchcharana. Now, in this regard, really we appreciate some great people who are born with those samskara, that when they chant those Veda mantras, Purana mantras, it is so immersing and elating to listen from them. Doesn't come from everyone. Appreciate them. Get inspiration from them. You also try. Don't feel jealous for them. Some Brahmanas, when I see them, what a perfect manner they do the Uchcharana Veda mantras. And they do in big, big groups of 20, 30, 50 people all together. With that Udata, Anudata, Pluta, Swarita, Swaras. How beautiful. Exactly Swara. ब्रह्मविदाप्नोति परं तदेशाभ्युक्त सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तं ब्रह्म यो वेदनिहितं गुहायां परमे व्योमन् सोऽश्नुते सर्वान् कामान् सः ब्रह्मणा विपश्चिते ते. This is Taittiriya Upanishad mantra. That will be our next Upanishad. Suddenly वो मंत्र याद आया. In Rudramasu Chancha me Mayascha me Priyancha me Nugavascha me Gavascha me. There are some people without taking breath, the entire Anuvakas they chant. 1 Anuvaka, 3 Anuvaka. Pakka फिर. And they are so masters of it. मुझे तो I feel तो मेरे को तो 100 जन्म लगेगा उतना perfect सीखने को. My strength is your ignorance. अग्ना विष्णु सजवच सेमावर्धन्तु वाङ्गिरः द्युम्नैर्वाजयमिरागतं वाजश्च मे प्रसवश्च मे प्रेतिश्च मे. They have to remember the meaning. They have to see the hrasva, dirgha and samyuktaksharas. They have to remember the swaras. They have to match with the others. क्योंकि वो पिच होता है कि हाँ इसका ज़्यादा किसका कम होता है. They have to manage the speed. They have to see the time available. Keeping all those in the mind, that ucharana is done. It's a big, big yajna. Appreciate those people. If that such brahmanas are there in your vicinity, every hafta उनको बुलाओ, 15-20 मिनट उनसे कुछ वैदिक चैंटिंग आप घर में कराओ. All the अशुद्धिस go away. Let them do मंत्रोच्चारण, give some dakshina. You tell them, भाई ज़्यादा नहीं दे सकता हूँ, इतना ही. And every day, half an hour, there should be a mantrocharana class. We started all that, you know. We learned suktas, Veda mantras, Shanti mantras. Every day we used to chant for a few times. Now we have to do our classes and all. So therefore, I left it for you as homework. And you also left it for my homework. जो भी लेते हो वापस देने वाले हो महात्मा लोग. So mantra shuddhi, and the last one is karma shuddhi. This is the sixth one. What is karma shuddhi? When it practically happens, that time do everything systematically. Procedure kaho, steps kaho, अच्छी तरह से करना. That's karma shuddhi. So the karma shuddhi, the mantra shuddhi, the karta shuddhi, the dravya shuddhi, the kala shuddhi, desha shuddhi. These six make the dharma shuddhi. So that's what Bhagavan said. Dharma sampatyate shedbihi. Adharma tu viparyaha. If these six things are not minded or not taken care, then whatever you do is adharma only. तो ध्यान से इन चीजों को मन में रखना. Okay, this is how. Then we went into the next slokas. Kvachit gunopi dosha syat doshopi vidhina gunaha gunadoshartha niyamaha tadbhidam eva badhate. See, gunadoshartha niyamaha tat vidham eva badhate. Wow, interesting thought. First of all, what he says, Kvachit gunopi dosha syat doshopi vidhina gunaha. Some things which are at one particular time are the guna, another time it is the dosha. And something is dosha, other time it may be guna. This is a concluding thought Bhagavan says. Therefore, guna dosha vidhana, which is flexible or not certain, that uncertainty itself proves that it is not ultimate. From here, he is launching, taking us to Sarvadharman Parityaja Mamekam Sharanavaja Rupi level of spiritual sadhana. Don't get caught up only at this level. Clear? So, Kvachit gunopi dosha syat doshopi vidhina gunaha guna doshartha niyamaha tad vidhameva badate. Be flexible in that. After this, now we saw 17. Samana karma charanam patitanam na patakam. Already patita they are. For them, that level of karma is not patakam because they are already that level. Bhagavan is not certifying them to continue. But what he is saying is, he will not have that much sin compared to the one who is at the higher level. Patitanam na patakam. Outpatika gunasangaha. Because he has got attachment with the guna from his own birth. Therefore, according to that, he does. Oh, gira हुआ बंदा और क्या गिरेगा? Example is what? Na shayana patati adaha. Adashyana na patati. The one who is sleeping on the cot, he can thoda is okay, he can fall from the cot. There are chances. Because of machar kata hai, garmi hai, idhar udhar move, okay, he will fall. And there's nobody in the audience, including me, who have not fallen at least once, either from cot or the sofa. रात में सोते सोते जरूर गिरे होंगे. No, the one who is sleeping up above will fall on the ground from the cot. The one who is already sleeping below, जो जमीन पे ऑलरेडी सो रहा है, वो कहाँ गिरेगा? So, adapshayanaha na patati. In the same way, for those people who are only at the lower level, continuing those activities not pataka. वो लोग उसी level में है. But the higher level, same thing doing becomes papa. That is the meaning. Samana karma charanam patitanam na patakam. There is some doing and non-doing also. For a highly evolved people, the doing, knowing, not doing, when it is reversed, he becomes a patakki. But for the other person, it is not that much related. Samana karma acharana. Patitanam na patakam. Already they are at the lower level. But uske liye, I gave you the example yesterday of the clean clothed person and dirty clothed person. Patitanam napatakam. This is another way of looking at the guna dosha ta. So Bhagavan culled out from all shastras which he only gave and putting all of them at one place only as to how and why the guna dosha nirnaya has been done and how to look at it, how long it has to be done, what purpose. This subject again has to be like a PhD person, we have to thoroughly study and imbibe in the heart. Mind you, I am really confessing, none of the Shastras we are studying thoroughly to imbibe in the heart. We are only browsing through. We are only having a Vihanga Vikshanam. In a life where we are totally committed for our exhaustive study of Shastras, at that time we may go through all this very thoroughly. That will be more professional, that will be more fruitful or fulfilling. Beautiful it would be. So this way Bhagavan has guided us. Now, 18th mantra is a very interesting one. Here onwards, the Adhyatmic sadhana's thoughts will come. What is this? Yato yato nivarteta vimuccheta tatastataha. Eshaha dharmaha nunam kshemaha shokamoha bhayapaha. This is very sublime. No, it is not applicable for everyone. It is applicable to those who have come up to 11th skanda of Bhagavata chanting, study. Also in morning Upanishad, so many has studied and his life also evolved so much. To such person, this is the thing. What is the meaning of this shloka? Ki from whatever the karma you are withdrawing, then the guna doshata of that karma will not touch you. द कहावत जो हिंदी का है, न रहेगा बांस न बजेगी बांसुरी. यतो यतो निवर्तेता. From whatever the karma you are withdrawing, depending on your ability capacity, then the guna doshata of that karma will not touch you. But if you are not doing the nivartana of the karma, you are doing only pravartana, then definitely you have the do's and don'ts to be followed, guna doshata, which is a very big difficulty, struggle I have. That's how some people's lazy because of laziness, some because of maturity also. They withdraw from the activity. क्यों? और उसमें जाए तो इतना मेरे को उसका ख्याल रखना पड़ता है, मेरे से नहीं होगा. And because they have withdrawn from that, they don't have the guna doshata. Yato yata nivarteta. Like when you have withdrawn from working in an office, you need not follow the rules of the office of do's and don'ts. Is it not? दिस इज नॉट फॉर एवरीवन बिकॉज सबको कर्म संस्कार है, कर्म करना है, कर्म क्षेत्र में रहना है, वहाँ गुण दोष का उनको जरूर ख्याल रखना है. बट भगवान इज पुलिंग अस टुवर्ड द स्पिरिचुअल साधना. ही सेज स्लोली गिव अप द अननेसेसरी कर्म, देन यू आर फ्रीड फ्रॉम द बर्डन ऑफ थिंकिंग अबाउट गुण दोषता. Now this is the first point said by him, taking it to his last point. What is the last point? Sarva dharman parityajya. You have given up all dharma also, then where is the guna dosha sparsha happens to you? It won't. And where are you engaging yourself in? Mamekam sharanam vraja. If I'm not involved in anything, then I'm not touched by the do's and don'ts and goods and bads of that. And in this world, if you want, we can involve in the uttermost adharma papa also. By choice. And if you are matured enough with Viveka Vairagya and have nothing type, then that person can withdraw from even the dharma karma. Choice है उनको. फंस भी सकते कर करके, सब छोड़ कर भी रह सकते हैं. Depending on your understanding and maturity. Why I am saying this? Because Bhagavan says, yato yato nivarteta. And as we say every time, whenever such topics come, certain age tak you be in the pravartana, pravrutti. age of 50 maximum it is. Slowly from that time, nivartan karo, nivartan karo. Go into your own vanaprastha ashram of seclusion. Don't allow anybody to come to you, you don't go to anybody. You be engaged in your own sadhana, unless it is too important and required. Otherwise, if you don't nivartana, you keep on inviting people as guests, then you will have always the guna doshata. You have to be very careful when you have invited them. You have to attend properly. If not, they will insult you. They say, बुलाया हम गए तो ख्याल ही नहीं रखा. The pravritti of inviting the guests. So to another pravritti of you yourself go as a guest to somebody. बहुत जरूर है तो जाओ, नहीं तो खामखा गए, फिर वहां you have to be following the guna doshata as a guest. Is it not? Every host will not like every guest, every activity. Sometimes they may not mind, but the children may mind. Suddenly आपके घर गए, रिमोट लिया, टीवी ऑन कर दी, the people at home they won't like it. Or you taken somebody's cell phone, उनको तो पसंद ही नहीं होगा. अब गुण दोष इतना होगा वो, अब जाओ ही मत तो फिर प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं होगा ना. बट खुजली होती है अंदर, हमको किसी के जाना है, हमको बुलाना. दैट इज ओके इफ इट इज धर्म एंड कंपल्सरी, बट सम प्लेसेस वी कैन अवॉइड. I give this example. That doesn't mean that don't go anywhere, don't call anybody and all. Required hai to. Very urgent, important hai to. Without compromising your spiritual activities. I told you one day one example of a boy. I went to their house. He made me sit outside for 25 minutes. मैं रुका भी था. I was not impatient and fighting. Then he asked, इतने देर क्यों बेटा? स्वामी जी मुझे अपना पूजा अनुष्ठान करना था. I was happy and appreciating him. I'm very sorry you came. In fact, I could have stopped and all. He said, but okay, you have done very good. He did not compromise with his sadhana because Swami came. Because he understands. Swami is not an angry type or like Durvasa, take water and do shrap. And I understood also, how can I break his anushtana or nishtha? Koi sadhak ka? So many things in this world, you read Vidurniti, daily you come to class. I tell you, I'm going to take time properly for Vidurniti from tomorrow. We are entering into a different revelation of the knowledge regarding our Vyavahara. Spiritual knowledge of Jnana Bhakti, to some extent, we are studying. Professional knowledge, anyhow, you are working. Vyavaharic Jnanam, to some extent, we know. But the details of that, the conduct of it, the understanding of it, how vastly explained by Vidura. Beautiful it is. मैं तो आजकल फील कर रहा था कि पूरा कह नहीं पा रहा हूँ एक एक श्लोक के बारे में. इतना डिटेल है. आज यू हैव सीन इट 4-5 श्लोका, those who came in the morning. Anyway, the total thought is what? Yato yato nivarteta. From whatever water you are withdrawing, vimuccheta tatastataha. From that bondage of guna doshata, you are freed. Now, the same thing at the very higher spiritual level also is applicable, which is not in the context, but मुझे याद आया इसलिए quote कर रहा हूँ. What is that? From whatever we withdraw from involving, our vasanas also go away. Whatever we involve in, if they are new vasanas come. If it's old, the old vasanas become stronger. This is the beauty in withdrawal. Yato yato nivarteta vimuccheta tatastataha. It's a miracle, it happens. Only 2 thoughts. ये चीज मेरे जीवन से हट जाना है. Point 1. 2, मैं उससे दूर रहूंगा. बस इतना करो. There's no thing or being in your life who will not leave you and go, sparing you for your sadhana. Thank God Bhagavan gave that capacity that we will forget even our mother and father also after they die in few years. Otherwise you can't live. You love so much, attached to them, they will not come. Or everybody rote rahe. Even the husband died or wife died. Bhagavan gave that capacity. 2-3 charge के बाद that much pain and goes away. You go ahead in your life. Some people give up their guru also. They themselves become guru. That's so the blessings only I call it. Nothing remains with us and anything you withdraw from it goes away. This in Gita called as Vishayaha Vinivartante Niraharasya Dehinaha. When you are interested, not interested in them, slowly, slowly they go away. I told you an example. Any person who sells the things, you look at him, he thinks कि तुमको interest है, आपको आएगा कि पूछेगा माता जी ले लो. You don't care him, just bang the door. He will never come near you. Even in any relations also. When you give value importance, they become a part in your life. When you devalue them, slowly they go away. Just like Bhagavan you devalue, he also goes away. Guru devalue, he also goes away. Satsanga you devalue, he also goes. Sadhana you devalue, goes away. People have done that. Great yogas of these four. Guru Vairagya Yoga, Shastra Vairagya Yoga, you know, Satsanga Vairagya Yoga, Sadhana Vairagya. People, were so much involved at one period of time. Slowly they get Vairagya. When this can be done here, why not in the other place? So yato yato nivarteta vimucheta tatastataha. Now, देखो भगवान की मुख से निकले ये बात एष धर्म नृणाम क्षेम. This is the most safe and the Esha Dharma Nunam. This is the ultimate dharma of all the human beings. What is that? From everything you get withdrawn and get you liberated from all those things. When from everything you are liberated, you are no more a jiva, you become one with Paramatma. That is in Gita as Sarvadharman Parityaja Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. And when you do this, Kshemaha Shoka Moha Bhayapaha. The real kshemata, the real security, and also the removal of shoka moha bhaya will happen when we slowly, slowly do the nivrutti. Here, shoka moha bhayapaha kshemaha is actually a technical word used in Vedanta Granthas to indicate a state of being of self. Because the selfhood is the kshema. Why? Because two reasons. Once we reach there, we don't come back. And once we reach there, nobody else there to trouble us. It's a kshema. When you reach our home, we feel so secure. It's our house. You inside, close the door from outside. Yourself. The self is our own home. When you reach there, it is kshema. Third kshemata of that is what? Kshema means we don't come back and nobody comes and troubles us. Third is what? Shoka moha bhayapaha. Only when you reach there, the shoka, moha, bhaya, all of them go away. First moha comes, then the bhaya comes, then the shoka comes. With moha, we do all wrong things and we are afraid of the result because we did wrong thing. And definitely it will come the result, then we become shoki. Moha, bhaya and shoka are the sequence. We are confused and do wrong thing. Moha. Bhaya, we know we have done wrong thing, then somebody will scold or punishment will come. Then definitely punishment will come, shoka. In the self, there is no thing other than it to do something good or bad. Therefore, there is no moha, no shoka, no bhaya. Bhaya and shoka. So, this is technical word using for that. Means what? In this shloka, Bhagavan, while addressing, remember, the parakasta or the final step of guna doshata, while addressing that and concluding it, he is giving us an initiation into spirituality. And while giving initiation only, he is telling us what is ultimate also. How is it so? Bhagavan says, all these janjat of guna doshata, you will come out when you do the withdrawal. Yadha yato nivartate. This is the conclusion of your guna dosha vidhan. This is said in Gita in different way. भगवान ये told about कर्म कर्म सबको करना ही पड़ेगा क्या? भगवान says everybody who's alive they have to do. नो 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 नहीं तो तुम मरोगे. फिर भी एक ऑप्शन दे दो ना. भगवान said ओके सुन रे ध्यान से क्या है? यह तो आत्मरतिरेव स्यात् आत्मतृप्तस्य मानवः आत्मनेव च संतुष्टः तस्य कार्यं न विद्यते. Now only a Brahmatma Anubhava Jivan Mukta Purusha, for him only there is a karyam or the duty, but karma is there. He will continue serving the world. But other karma vyavahara, he does it. Other than him, everybody will have to do the karma only. For everyone. That what he said here, an Atmajnani need not do karma, means what? To escape the karma, you have to enter into spirituality and reach the self. If you don't escape the karma, then every karma is endowed with Shubha, Ashubha, Shuddhi, Ashuddhi, Guna, Dosha. If you are not careful and do Ashuddhi and Ashubha and Dosha, it will hold on to you by giving negative results. Therefore, here he is putting a full stop. Yato yato nivarteta. When you withdraw from that, no more the thing will touch you. Now, when you withdrawing from it, then where you have to focus yourself? What is left when you withdraw from the world? Paramatma only. When you are going near to Paramatma, can there be anything more kshema and secured than this? You and I are very clever because so many Upanishads we studied. That is the kshema. Actually, Bhagavan says this is actual dharma. Real dharma is this. Here, what is said as Eshaha Dharmaha. In Gita, it's called as Mamekam Sharanam Raja Dharmaha. And this is real dharma, he said, therefore others are pseudo dharma. In Gita, it is said Sarva Dharman Pariteja Mamekam Sharanam Raja Rupi Dharma, you do it. In Bhagavata also, Dharma Projita Kaitavotra Paramo. Connect karna sab. So, Esha Dharma Nunam. Actually, a human being, real Dharma is not to involve in more newer and newer projects and create more and more prarabdha and vasana. And while involving the projects, not able to follow the गुणदोष विधाना एंड लेने का देना पड़ेगा. ये नहीं है तुम्हारा धर्म. कौन कह रहे हैं? वो भगवान जिन्होंने सृष्टि बनाया, जिनमें ह्यूमन बीइंग्स को बनाए, जो पूरे सृष्टि को चला रहे हैं. फ्रॉम दैट भगवान्स माउथ वी आर लिसनिंग. योर रियल धर्म इज नॉट प्रवृत्ति, योर रियल धर्म इज निवृत्ति, बिकॉज दैट ओनली टेक्स यू टू द सेल्फ, एंड दैट्स व्हाई इट्स क्षेमः. And that kshema sthiti of reaching to the self, which is your real dharma, when you go there, shoka, moha, bhaya, apaha. The moha of the nidra, shoka of the swapna, bhaya of the or shoka of the jagrat, bhaya of the swapna, moha of the nidra, they will not be there. No misery, shoka nahi hai matlab. No confusion or delusion. No bhaya means no fear. Is it not? How beautiful that life would be. So, what is the conclusion? To some extent, involve in karma. While doing it, keep in mind Shuddha Shuddhi, Dharma, Dharma, and Gunadosha. But that's not ultimate. Start withdrawing. While withdrawing, don't be a lazy fellow. Pursue the spiritual path. When you're buying spiritual path, pursue kar rahe ho, you are not in the nivrutti. Therefore, from the Gunadosha Chakra, you are freed. Spiritual path reveals to you through Bhakti Jnana the Nishreyasam, the ultimate Shreyas, Kshemam. And there, when you reach all Shoka Mohabhaya, they are gone away. These are all theory unless we really for some decades do it and taste that experience. You know, there are very many experiences in spirituality. Ultimate is Aham Brahmasmi Anubhava. Before that is the Dhi becomes Sama Anubhava. Before that is the purification of the heart Anubhava. What is the pure heart? You have nothing to gain or lose. Therefore, I have minimum duties to do outside. My mind is Nischala, Shanta. That Anubhava should come to us. The opposite of Achanchalata and Ashanti is what? So many desire, therefore so many to fulfill the desire things to be done, and while doing that, mind is so much Ashanta and disturbed. Beautiful. Actually, Manushya ka Jivan Jnana, as I told you again, up to 50 years, take care of family, everything, offices, everything, and feel so satisfied. Between 50 to 60, do all your upasanas and whatever little social work that's possible and feel trupti. Thereafter, I have done that, I want this karke, dono chodkar, only Guru Seva, Guru Shravanadi, Mananadi. 5 years you do. From 65, be content in that. The remaining time spent only in your dhyana, onkara upasana, merging all these three avasthas in three matras and three matras in the matra. Only one thing should be our pursuit. I am doing this way only. The first portion of serving is over through some stand. Now the second portion of serving the Rishi Parampara as well as becoming convinced about the knowledge, its purpose goal. Or after that, you isko bhi humne kar liya, trupti ho gayi. Nobody can blame me. Or I don't feel now regretted. So many classes, trupti ho gayi. Ab apne saath shant. How beautiful it is. Anyway, now Esha Dharma Nunam Kshemaha Shoka Moha Vayapaha. Hope you have understood the meaning of this most important shloka. Now, the 1, 2, 3, 4 and shlokas are one Most important theme of the Veda, our Adhyatmika Jivanam. Now the Gunadosha Vidhana, what he asked, almost is answered. It was answered in the earlier chapter only by telling the Karma Yoga Bhakti Yoga Jnana Yoga. He spared the answer for the last two shlokas. Then he continued in this chapter so far and he has explained. Conclusion is what? You will be caught up in Gunadosha, Shubha, Shubha as long as you have some karma to you do in the world. दैट इज डिजायर वाला होगा, धर्म का होगा, जो भी है, जैसे जैसे आप विथड्रॉ करते रहोगे, देन यू विल नॉट बी इन दैट चक्कर. And in your own heart, if knowing Paramatma alone becomes goal, then doing sadhana alone will be your dharma. You are freed from all other earlier lower level dharmas. And that strength you can have to decide so and convey it to others. If some others don't listen, otherwise your own close people, lovingly you tell them. And in many cases, if not 100%, 60-70% permission is given by them. To that extent, you involve in your own sadhana. But it is your conviction. No, a lot of examples. Now I don't want to spare time for that to explain what I meant. It is my interest to enter into Paramatma sadhana for Paramatma prapti. For that, doing sadhana alone is my dharma. Then till that time, whatever dharmas were done, then say goodbye to them. In one or two people, if they object, they may be wife or husband and all, lovingly समझाओ उनको. And they will not permit 100%. They may permit 40. उस 40% को use करो पहले. 30% use करो पहले. Slowly, from the Vyavaharika Dharma, enter into Paramarthika Dharma. That is the conclusion of these four shlokas. I'll only tell you the theme of it, but we'll take up this subject tomorrow. And this is again chapter 2 Gita, the 61-62 mantras. ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः सङ्गस्तेषु उपजायते सङ्गात् सञ्जायते कामः कामात् क्रोधो विजायते क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहात् स्मृतिभ्रमः स्मृतिभ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशः बुद्धिनाशात् प्रयच्छति रागद्वेषवियुक्तैस्तु विषयानिन्द्रियश्चरन् आत्मवश्यैर्विधेयात्मा प्रसादमधिगच्छति प्रसादे सर्वदुःखानां हानिरस्योपजायते प्रसन्न चेतसो हि आशु बुद्धि पर्यवतिष्ठते नास्ति बुद्धिरयुक्तस्य न चायुक्तस्य भावना न चाभावयतस्य शान्ति अतः अशान्तस्य कुतः सुखम् इन्द्रियाणां विचरतां यन्मनो न विधीयते तदस्य अर्थे प्रज्ञां वायुनाम विवम्बसि. These 5 shlokas essence is given here in 4 shlokas. I'll make you feel it only by chanting. See, विषयेषु गुणाध्यासात् पुंसः संगः ततो भवेत्. Tomorrow we'll see elaborately literal meaning. When there is adhyasa of the gunas in the vishayas. Guna means goodness, beauty, qualitativeness. Sukha it will give, it will be permanent, it will help me, I really love it, it is so decent. These are all called the adhyasa or aropa of the gunas on the vishayas, which are only mind projections. Otherwise, they are not real. Otherwise, whatever is guna to us, it should be guna to everyone. Whatever is dosha to us, it should be dosha to everyone. Now, this guna dosha discussion is not the earlier one. Oh, ho gaya ho. It is not so. Whatever the guna aropana I do on a thing, for others it is not at all there. Therefore, the object has no guna in that. Guna means goodness, beauty, happiness giving capacity. We only do the adhyasa. Tomorrow we'll explain it. This is a very important topic. And at this level, if we can conquer our mind's projection, to a great extent, our mind creating raga, dvesha, kama, krodha, that force will reduce. So that's how Bhagavan starts this theme. विशेष गुण अध्यासात् पुंसः संगः तथा भवेत् संगात् तत्र भवेत् कामः कामादेव कलिः नृणां कलेः दुर्विषः क्रोधः तमः तम अनुवर्तते तमसा ग्रस्यते पुंसः चेतना व्यापिनी द्रुतं तया विरहित साधो जन्तुः शून्याय कल्पते तथा अस्य स्व अर्थविभ्रंशः मूर्छितस्य मृतस्य च विषय अभिनिवेशेन न आत्मानं वेद न परं वृक्षजीविकया जीवन व्यर्थं भस्त्रेव यः श्वसन्. Bhagavan gives 4 gali. Such a person who is caught up in the objects of world without doing sadhana, he is like murchitaha, is equivalent to a person in coma. Mrutasya is worthy of calling as dead fellow. Third one is jivan vyartham, his life is useless, waste. Fourth example is called vruksha jivika, his life is as stagnant like a tree. Fifth one he says bhastra iva yashvasan, his inhaling exhaling is not greater than the bhastra. which the people used to blow so that the fire there is always is maintained, and on that something is kept for it to get melted, which needs a lot of boiling point. भस्त्रिका आप जानते हो ना? दैट भस्त्रिका का समान है तुम्हारा इनहेल एंड एक्सेल करना. उसके अलावा योर लाइफ मीन्स सच पर्सन लाइफ इज नॉट वर्दी ऑफ कॉलिंग इज लिविंग. 5 गालियां भगवान says. Galia means he's saying that's the unworthiness of a person who is not doing sadhana but who is in the world of indulgence because of Vishaya Gunadhyasa, Guna Adhyasa. Such an important topic. Tomorrow entire day we spend for that, and also few of the shloka. That's how let us request Bhagavan Krishna, Vyasa Bhagavan Shukadev ji to bless us with knowledge and conviction. May we become very soon totally 100% committed sadhakas and enjoy the sadhana as well as siddhi. Thank you. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki jai. Sadgunath Maharaj ki jai. Thank you. Let us start our Valmiki Ramayana.